Hi, I'm Rajiv Achar, and I'm 16 years old and a sophomore in high school. Today's objective is to demonstrate the basic data visualization skills and different solutions while using Microsoft Excel. The core of Microsoft Excel is charts, graphs, and data, each of which can be used and interpreted in different ways. Analyzing data in the right way is the key to making quality work as well as showing a quality graph. When graphing, there must be a balance between design and function. Graphs are stories, and the right graph with the right data tells an excellent narrative. Learning the skills of Excel from Udemy, I will use Microsoft Excel to demonstrate these visualization skills while using different solutions. Using our current knowledge of data visualization, we must create a proper chart to tell the narrative of the given data sets. Some challenges that present themselves while trying to solve are finding the right chart or graph that shows the proper balance between design and function. The charts and graphs that will be used are as follows: scatter and bubble, tree maps and sunbursts, stock charts, as well as surface charts. The data shown by the scatter and bubble charts consists of general statistics during the 2000 to 2015 MLB seasons. Scatter and bubble charts are perfect visuals for depicting datasets of general statistics such as sports data. As you can see in the graphs to the left, the bubbles represent a team in the 15-year span with an X amount of runs scored and a Y amount of wins. The correct label for each axis is important because the y-axis elements depend on the x-axis elements. In this scenario, wins are dependent on the number of runs scored. The linear orange dotted line in the graphs on the left represent the average number of wins in proportion to the amount of runs scored. This line will always be linear when the x and y-axis have a one-to-one relationship. A one-to-one relationship is one y value for every x value. The graph to the right is identical to the graphs on the left, except there is no average line to depict which values are above or below average. The graph on the right represents MLB teams' run differential on the x-axis and wins on the y-axis. Again, the relationship between the two axes is 1-to-1. The data set for the tree map chart is ticket sales of movies grouped by their respective genres and ratings. Tree maps and sunburst charts are known for visually depicting hierarchical data, such as levels of revenue. In tree maps, if the area taken for one element is large, then that area holds more value. If it is smaller, then it holds less value. In this example, the ticket sales for all horror movies accumulated more than the other genres. This idea is depicted through the horror movies taking up more space in the tree map rectangle. The dataset for the sunburst chart is the different offices in different cities with departments, supervisors, managers, and employees. The more circumference an element holds, the more value it holds. The further the radius stretches out for one element, the more categories it has. In this scenario, the innermost rings represent the city, second from center represents the department in the city, and so on. The main idea of the sunburst chart is to represent value based on which element has the most circumference around the center circle. The data set for the stock chart shows the stock price of Apple from April 1st, 2016 to May 20th, 2016. Stock charts are perfect for market data while using boxes and whiskers. While the bars represent the volume of Apple stock on different dates, the box and whiskers represent a summary of an interval of values for the day. In this scenario of stocks, if the box is white, the stock price has increased, and the top of the box is the price that the stock closed at on that specific date. If the box is black, the price of the stock is decreased, and the bottom of the black box represents the stock closed that day. The additional lines at the top and bottom represent the highs and lows that the stock price reached. As per the chart, the box and whiskers follow the values on the secondary axis, which is the price, while the bars represent the volume, which is an accumulated number of the status of all shares, which is on the primary axis. On April 1st of 2016, the Apple stock opened at a price of $108.78 and closed at a price of $109.99. On the same day, 25,873,900 shares of Apple were bought or sold. However, a few days later on April 7th, the stock price decreased, therefore the box is black. On this day, the share opened at a price of $109.95 and closed at a price of $108.54. The high being $110.42, the low being $108.12. The surface chart depicts car accidents in Cambridge, Massachusetts from 2010 to 2013, categorized by day of week and hour of day. Surface charts are meant to provide either a two-dimensional or three-dimensional visualization of the data. In both charts, the data is organized by one box or one tick mark for each hour of day, and the different colors ranging from dark green, meaning low frequency of accidents, or to dark red, which is high frequency of accidents. On the three-dimensional chart, the frequency is measured vertically. If the accident frequency is high, the element representing the hour of day in which the frequency is high will stand tall and be colored closer to the red side in the range of colors. If the accident frequency is low, the element representing that frequency at whatever hour of day will be low on the vertical scale and colored towards the green side in the range of colors. A lot can be done by using Microsoft Excel and its diverse set of features. Since data is everywhere, learning to not only perfectly visualize this data, but to also explain the data is a fundamental skill to develop. Hopefully this video helped you gain a different perspective, but more importantly, hopefully this video helped you take another step in learning. See you next time.